It's about us right now, girl, where you going? It's about us right now, girl, where you going?
Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Today we'll be talking about my first experience as a CNA, but just before we get into the video, make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and if you have any ideas or suggestions about future videos, comment below. Let's get into the video. So off the bat, I wanted to work at an assisted living facility. But the way that it was set up, the only reason why I wanted to work at an assisted living facility, it wasn't because the job was easier, because I feel like it really wasn't. But the nursing home that I've actually trained at, it kind of almost pushed me out of nursing because it was just so horrible. They were treating the people horrible. It was really terrible to the people, and with my kind heart, I'm not really into people doing that. Like, that could be my grandmother, that could be, you know, my mother in that facility, and they were treating them any type of way. And that was like my first time working at a nursing home. It was absolutely horrible. The woman that trained me was really sweet. Like, she was really informational and helped me to learn, you know, if you're a CNA, just different lifts and how to change people, how to do things within, you know, being a CNA, give bed baths and change the bed while the person is still in the bed. So for me, I was really excited. Like, after my class, I was ready to get into this. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit the ground running. I'm about to go to this nursing home, waking up early in the morning to do what I love to do every day. I love to help people, so I felt like this was about to be absolutely perfect. They paired me up with another one of my classmates. We went room to room. It did not take us long at all. The first couple of hours, we had it like that, like clockwork. I walked down the hallway that I was working on for the week, open up the doors, it's one smell going this way, stinky smell smacking you in the face this way, this smell coming up this way. Somebody, you know, it wasn't because it was a nursing home, it's just because they weren't keeping up with the place. Like I never had a problem with none of the residents. They were really sweet and genuinely sweet. You know, this is their home. It's 24/7 for them. We're just here in the meantime, you know what I mean? I learned different techniques. We learned different things like that. So I really grown to love it. The only thing I didn't like was, you know, leaving the facility or like eating. Like when it was our lunch break, sitting in there eating, and I couldn't even stomach my food because the smell was like on my skin and on my clothes and like in my hair, to the fact where I couldn't even eat my food. Like, I was eating it and it felt like I was tasting the smell. That's how bad the smell was. But yeah, it kind of turned me off about nursing at the beginning because I was like, I worked so hard these past couple of months to get to where I need to be, and I prayed to God every day. Then I finally got it, and then this is where it was, and I was like, maybe God's trying to tell me something. After we left our week of training, we ended up graduating in November. It was really hard for me finding a job because off the bat, when you get out of class for a CNA, it's like, in order for you to be able to start, you would have to have a certain amount of experience or know a certain amount of things, mostly experience. I promised myself, I was like, no, I cannot work at a nursing home because the nursing home that I worked in for that week, it really scared me. So I had a year that was a drought. I did not get any jobs because most of the interviews that I had, they were at hospitals because my aunts and a lot of my family members work within a hospital. So they got me into the hospital. My aunt was working at the children's hospital, so she put in a good word for me. They talked to me. They basically told me I did amazing interviewing. I did absolutely amazing. I did it, but the only problem was that I didn't have any experience. And they was like basically telling me that if I had experience, I would understand what they meant. So they basically told me that I have a really happy spirit and they don't want to break my spirit working with, you know, peds, because it's a whole different dynamic when you're working with children. Like they were saying, like when kids die or have cancer, it's way worse. Like, if I was kind of crushed, but I understood what they meant. After Children's Hospital, I really did appreciate them though, because they basically told me once I get the experience, I just apply again and they know for a fact that I still want to do it. So I was like, okay, bet, I'm gonna get my experience. And that was my main thing. I wanted to work within like obstetrics to like peds side with the, you know, babies. A couple of months later, I got word at a hospital that was right up the street from me. I went to the first interview. The man made it seem like I had the job. He was like, my resume is absolutely amazing, and he showed me around, made it seem like I had the job. And this was in the ICU/telemetry unit /strokes. And so he going by saying, hey y'all, this is my, and he's like showing me around. I'm like, oh my God, like this is absolutely amazing. I pray the same prayer every interview. I'm like, God, I remember this woman that told me, she was like, you need to pray to God, ask God, God, if this opportunity is for me, open up that door. If this opportunity is not for me, slam that door in my face. And that's exactly what happened. I got that door slammed in my face. But I had got the interview, and I just felt like that was a start. It kind of boosted my, you know, confidence, because I was like, I did that on my own. I didn't need no strings attached. And I was really excited. I was like, maybe this is for me. My second time getting the interview there, I was really sick. Ooh. Okay, so we get in her office. She interviews me. She's looking at my test results like,
oh, that's interesting.
I was like, what? And she was basically like,
you passed all the questions. It's crazy you passed the test. Like, you passed the test, like, you passed the test.
and I'm like, I was like, is that a bad thing? She was like,
I mean, it's like perfect, like a perfect score. And I'm just surprised that you passed the test. Like, you literally passed the test with flying colors.
and I was like, thank you. You know, I didn't guess the whole thing, but like, it was just common sense. I was like, yeah, you know, I do what I try to do. She was like, you
actually answered it a little bit too well. No?
Like, too well. And she was like,
yeah, do you really know what you're getting yourself into?
and I was like, yes, I want to be CNA. I'm here to do, you know, just give me the job. I passed the test, you know, let me know. Hire me on the spot. So she was like, usually hire CNAs on the spot. Even though you don't have experience, I still hire all CNAs on the spot if I feel like you got it, but I don't feel like you want to be here. And in the back of my mind, I was just like, are you serious right now? Like, I really do not feel good. I didn't tell her this, but I really do not feel good. And I'm sitting in front of you and you're telling me I look like I don't want to be here. I was like, what do you mean by that? Like, I'm smiling, like forcing this smile because I'm hurting. I'm like, what do you mean by that? And she was like, you know, you just don't seem like you want to be here. I just feel like I don't see you being a nurse. I feel like you have the face and you have the personality to be at the desk or like at a front desk. And I was just like, huh? And she was like, honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not getting the job. I feel like I'm not gonna give you the job because I just feel like you don't want this. And it kind of hurt my feelings because I was like, you know, I tried my hardest to do this. Like, I took the time out to come all the way down here for you to tell me that I look like I can be a concierge. Like, what? No, that's not what my resume say. Like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to have an interview. Have a nice day. I left. I didn't even cry because I prayed that same prayer. God slammed on my face. It ain't for me. So I went on home. So I applied. I ended up getting the interview, got the job. They told me the hourly. I wasn't even pissed. I was just like, you know what, give me that. I really you know, feel like this is a beautiful area. I feel like this is where I need to be. This is my niche. Let's do it. Let's get it. I don't care about the money. That's how much I loved it. And I feel like if you don't love your job like that, then you should not be working in that field. It's never about the money. If you love something, it's never about the money. Got the job. I met a lot of amazing co-workers. I really enjoy all my co-workers. Most of the people that I work with were absolutely amazing. My residents were absolutely amazing. Like, you have some people that are a little, you know, me here and there, but it was absolutely amazing. Like, I felt like this was a piece of cake. I always get along with people, so I never had a problem with nobody in the facility. It's just hanging out, laughing, giggling, dancing with them. Like, it was genuinely nice. Like, I really loved that job, and I seen myself staying there for a while until it's like, no, I'm just, it was absolutely amazing. Like, I truly loved it. After that, I started to realize that the assisted living facility that I was working at was really money hungry. I really enjoyed working there, but management, like, I've never experienced really like horrible management to where they didn't care about their employees. It was just really, it compromises your mind and your body, because most of the time on memory care, people forget, like, these are people with Alzheimer's or dementia. So at the same time, I needed a break from it, because like, if you really don't take a break from it, it'll make you just go over age and want to quit your job. But they had me up there 25/8. I really enjoyed and loved each and every one of those residents. I had some really good times with them, but it was just really, you know, it was compromising my body as well, because being at an assisted living facility, most of those people on memory care were total, so they didn't have the proper equipment for the employees to use on the residents. So that means more lifting and pulling, and, you know, it was just really stressful on my body. I'm only 22 years old, and it was a lot of stress on my body. Like, coming home after a long day, my feet are killing me. Like, my legs are killing me. My back is done. Middle of July, I left. But it was absolutely amazing. Like, I enjoyed it, but my body couldn't do it anymore. My body couldn't do the same thing every day. And that was the thing that I realized too, because I was like, if I leave here to find a nursing job where I'm doing something different every day, like I'm in trauma one day, I'm in, you know, P's this day, I'm in, I don't know, geriatrics this day, because I don't mind geriatrics. It was absolutely amazing. But I really did enjoy the job. I really did enjoy working with my coworkers. I love my residents. And yes, I am currently unemployed from that job. I did leave that job recently because I'm on to bigger and better things, and that job just, you know, it wasn't for me. But I will be back to visit my lovely residents. Other than that, it was just absolutely eye-opening. I really enjoyed my first experience as a CNA. I want to say the management didn't really make it for me. I feel like just the experience with the residents, I learned so many different things within that facility. Saying like, being a CNA is absolutely amazing, but I just couldn't be there anymore. But I really do appreciate you all for watching this video. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe and give me a thumbs up on that video, and comment underneath if you want to see more content. Have a good one.